and I just always end up covered in my own piss. And I just feel like there was so many Spanx at the Met Gala. Everyone is covered in their own piss.
This week on the first ever episode of Get a Grip,
We are absolutely loving Rihanna's attitude to announcing a pregnancy.
that was an absolute move though, in fairness to her.
Iconic. Flying in the sky on some sort of floating platform.
I learn about the clap.
Everyone has had the clap.
I haven't.
Fuck off. When
What
did they get
even
married?
is it? I've heard people talk about it. I actually would have to
no.
Google it. What
Everyone's
does it
had
stand for? What's the...
Chlamydia. And this is actually going to be a lot of fun.
I hope so.
I am so excited to get started.
Honestly, I'm gagged to be here. Let's get going.
Let's do it.
Hi.
Hiya.
Welcome to the very first episode of Get a Grip with me, Angela Scanlon.
And me, Vicky Patterson.
This, gang, is the podcast where we get loud about the realities of womanhood. We make sense of the mad and the sometimes, let's be frank, maddening world around us.
And basically, we dive headfirst into the chaos of life, no filter, no apologies, and absolutely no holding back.
Zero. Yes, Get a Grip is the unapologetic group chat you have always wanted. You're welcome.
Friends. So if you're sick of being told to pipe down, calm down, or dare I say it,
Get a grip. Then this is the podcast for you, as this is a place where speaking up, standing your ground and taking up space are non-negotiable.
Why now?
Why now? I mean, this has been cooking for a while, hasn't it?
Mate, this has definitely been bubbling for 18 months. No, is that being hyperbolic?
I thought I was bad on timelines. I would say 8 months.
Oh,
yeah, but it's been a packed 8 months, so I'll give you that.
I feel like I have aged 18 months in the last 8.
But I feel like I just remember voice memoing you.
Yes.
And you actually introduced me to the term wheelhouse. Yes, Ange, this is right in my wheelhouse.
That is the last impression you will fucking do of me on this podcast. Let me tell you, pet.
I'm so sorry.
Why am I a man in your head?
I'm so sorry. It's me who's the more masculine. Let's be honest.
I've got a fucking masculine energy.
But I do think, in my mind, this was like, I don't know. I don't want to overstate it, but like a slight universal intervention.
Now who's dramatic?
No, I'm
I got
honest.
a message from God about a podcast with Vicky Patterson.
Watch this space. I remember, because I was on your podcast, you were on my podcast, but I have a real distinct memory of us meeting on a show that Rick Edwards hosted up in Glasgow.
People hated me on that. Did you ever read the tweets?
No.
So bad.
Why?
Because people are sly on Twitter. But
Why? What did you do?
They just said I was unhinged, but that's nothing
You did
new.
look a bit unhinged, but that's what drew me to you. Because I was also deeply unhinged. I was 12 weeks post first baby and I was mid pumping, but I didn't realise that I had to, like, there were limits. Anyway, my boobs were growing by the second.
Stop. And we were just locked in like a box for like 3 days solid. And like I was going slowly insane.
Yeah.
And when I finally got a chance
It was only one day, you know that.
No, fuck off. I was definitely there for 3 days.
Time frames are a little nutty.
No, I was there for so long.
Maybe you did extra episodes. Maybe they saw me leaking from my breasts and thought, you know what, one's enough for her.
Get the redhead out.
Yeah.
No, I swear, because when I finally got a chance to get out of my seat and get on the stage, like I felt like my body wasn't my own.
Babes, I think you're talking about a different show.
No, I was. You got up.
There was no stage.
There was.
We were sitting behind like
Exactly. And then
Greg
when
Wallace was there.
I remember.
You don't.
Okay.
You're literally in a different show.
I don't remember who was there apart from you.
No, you don't.
Russell Kane.
I think that might be a different show.
You are full of shit.
I don't
And when
think
you did
Russell
well
Kane-
and you got the thing, you got to go and stand up with Rick.
Oh, I never did well.
Exactly.
So maybe.
And also they kept you and your leaky breasts behind the seat. So
I was up at the back. Anyway.
you were the highlight of doing that for me.
Clearly not. You don't even remember that. Anyway,
blocked
but
it
I
out.
do you know what I remember?
Yeah.
I just remember thinking, she's got something about her. I do. This is 7 years ago, babes.
Clinical disorder.
It takes one to see one. But I remember thinking, oh, yeah, you were just brilliantly funny and smart and self-deprecating. I never know if I say that word right.
I don't. Do you want to do depreciating?
Yeah, I think
do
some
too.
people do that.
I loved you when you came on the podcast.
Yeah, because you remembered that.
No, just because I remember you being like really comfortable to be vulnerable and honest. And like in our industry, that's very rare. I don't know. You had a book out and you were talking to us about like how you felt and like showing us like essentially a bit of like insecurity, and I feel like, whoa, she's a bit of me.
Unhinged.
Insecure. I fucking love it. Tell us about your childhood.
How long you've got pet. That's why we got a couch for Get a Grip, guys. Most people sit on chairs away from each other. We decided that there may be elements of free therapy.
Definitely, babes.
So
I hope you're prepared to be my free therapist.
I'm here for it.
Love it.
You might not want to invite that too often. Apparently, I give good advice. I just don't take it.
Same.
But we're here now. And I couldn't be happier.
But here we are 7 years later, because I kind of feel like...
Yeah. 7 years is often when people get the itch, but I feel like we're just getting started.
You're stuck with us now. Oh, do you know what I heard?
What?
Is that if you have someone in your life for 7 years, like a friend or something, you are literally stuck with them. They're not going anywhere. 7 years is like the turning point. It's like, oh, well, fuck it.
But also, you know that 7 years ago, not one cell that sits in front of me now was actually in that studio in Glasgow.
Stop it, because all of my cells feel older than 7.
No, fresh as a baby.
No.
Fresh as a daisy. I don't know whether it's the polynucleotides, babes, but you are looking fresh.
It'll be all the injectables. Fuck it. You can email hello@getagriplove.com. You can slide into our Insta DMs at getagriplove, or message us on WhatsApp. We're on 07457 411 037.
Oh, you know what? This is going to bring up a lot, because for me, when I read that number, I would say 075... No, shit. 074 574 11037, and your brain just doesn't compute when the rhythm is off.
Why would you group it like that?
I don't know. It's just a weird thing that I do. Anyway, on you go.
Okay, the aim is to turn Get a Grip into a community of like-minded legends like yourself. So get in touch.
Yes. Nutbags welcome. So, how's your week been, speaking of?
I'm so tired.
Are you? So is this like maniacal, exhausted laughter?
Yeah, no, so the snort, which just so anybody who's listening thinks, God, that's annoying, like, don't mean to discourage you from listening, but you may as well turn off now because it is permanent, the snort.
I also do it.
Do you snort?
Yeah.
Oh shit, what a pair of pigs.
No, I think a good hearty laugh should not be restrained by
social conventions.
Totally, but also like going, oh my God, is this going to look okay? Like, I love when you laugh that you're so ugly in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh,
should be like crying.
Any sort of emotion I experience is always ugly, like ugly crier, ugly laugher. Like
Same.
I do things with reckless abandon.
I love that.
But I started the snort like ironically about a year ago, and then
It stuck.
It stuck.
I thought you were really authentic, Vicky.
No, honestly, I'm so contrived.
She has an affected snort, so
Yeah.
it feels relatable.
I'm contrived.
What?
Welcome.
Bitch.
Welcome.
Oh my God. Talk
the
to me about
facade.
the honesty box, because I'm actually furious, right? So, because
I'm shot at She's Furious. Welcome to the podcast.
I never watched Love Island.
Right, okay.
Okay, ever. And now I started watching the Kardashians at series 20. Okay, I like to think I'm special and different, and I watch things in my own time. Okay. However,
You're busy.
because I'm a hype gal, she's in.
Yeah.
Honesty box straight off the bat. I did 2 in a row. I did another one. I caught up on this week.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm in.
Yeah, babe, honestly, it's
I'm
quite
fully
addictive,
in.
isn't it?
Kane.
Do you want to hear a voice note from one of my friends? Like, I'm
on.
not sure. Hang on, where did I put, if you were my phone, there it is.
There you go.
So
Does that work, the other approach? If you were my phone, where would you be?
It always tells me. But right, so I feel like maybe this will make the podcast, maybe it won't, but I feel like everybody should listen to this in case, just because of Lulu. So this is from my gay friend, Reese.
I'm fucking obsessed with the honesty box. Like, literally obsessed. What the fuck is happening with that Kane? The other one is a Richie. I fucking love him. I didn't fancy him at first, but I do fancy him now, and I fucking love him. And fucking him and that Kane like stolen bikes.
I have to stop it there because I think it gets worse.
Oh my God. Okay, so if you haven't seen it, basically, you do the
Should I do the spiel?
Do it.
Okay, so the Honesty Box has, it's my brand new reality dating show. I host it, the lovely Lucinda Light from Maths.
Lucinda Light.
Lucinda Light.
She speaks like, we're going to talk about her emotions now.
Basically, me and you could never. She is the anti-Angela and Vicky.
Honestly.
She's like, her voice is very calming, her spirit's very like relaxed. Like she's just a lovely, very nice soul.
She's like a plaster, isn't she?
Oh yeah, she talks all about like she's a sincerity coach. That's her role on the show, and she talks all about authenticity and honesty, and it's just generally really lovely. Whereas I just come in to deliver all the bad news, like who's lied, who's going home, la 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 la. And weirdly, I enjoy my role.
Yes, and you're good at it. But the honesty box is basically this big AI situation that lives in the background, looming. So they're all fannying around, chatting to each other, thinking about swapping around, doing all the thing, and
Looking
then
great in bikinis.
this noise that like actually makes my stomach turn. And then one of their pictures comes up, and they have to walk into the honesty box and be asked a question in front of a lie detector.
And the lie detector is like about 90% accurate. It's military grade.
Yeah.
So
88.
Just space specifically. But yeah, it's really
brilliant.
I mean, I was wearing the host hat rather than being a contributor, which was
but you're very much in it. You can feel your feelings, and I'm just starting now to see your. I mean, I know you're impartial and all that, but like, there's definitely one eye is telling you who you like.
Oh no, I mean, I wear my heart on my sleeve and my emotions on my face. No one's ever confused who I like or whatever. I did love the cast. Like, I think coming from a reality TV background, mate, and feeling like I never necessarily had the tools to navigate the space I was in, or like the support from the people around us. I felt very passionately that I was going to be that for them.
Yeah.
So I've kept in touch. I'm texting them all, making sure they're all okay. We're on about episode 5 now. I think 6.
I'm on 4, don't ruin.
Are you okay? I won't. No spoilers. It is getting spicy. In particular, a couple of the cast are really forgetting they're on a TV show, which, listen, speaking from experience, I've fucking been there, done it. Got the STIs. And oh my God, Vicky! I'm only joking, I've never had anything. No, everyone has had the class.
I haven't.
Fuck off. When
What
did you get
even
married?
is it? I've heard people talk about it. I actually would have to Google it. What
Everyone's
does it
had
stand for? What's
chlamydia.
Oh, yeah, maybe. No, I'm
everyone.
joking. What is it? What is this? No, let's move on.
Yeah, move on from chlamydia.
Yeah, let's move on. Kill that.
But no, they're getting a bit spicy now, and
Okay.
I'm checking in on them, making sure, and like luckily quite a lot of them get it. They're like, no, it's great TV, we're enjoying watching it, and you know, I'm giving all the advice like, stay off Twitter, let's be serious, cesspool.
I mean, just generally stay off Twitter. I feel like that's good life advice.
I've never read a decent tweet about myself on Twitter. I remember once Katie Hopkins called us a slag on Twitter.
Shut up.
I know.
I mean, she's a bigger slag.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure, like, not to go down, like, not to pull at that thread. The last thing I want is her doing some sort of fucking angry TikTok about us, right? But I'm pretty sure she got caught shagging in a field.
Babe, honestly. Also, she's interchangeable with Gillian McKeith now in my mind. I don't know why. I feel like they're the same
Gillian McKeith is like a harmless fucking woman who sows spices in her nicks. Like, every time she goes in the jungle, she sneaks in salt and pepper in her knickers.
How many times
In
did
her
she go into the
gusset.
jungle?
She's gone in twice.
Also,
Katie Hopkins and
the thing is, you think you're judged on your last job. I will forever just imagine McKeith with a Tupperware pot of somebody else's poo every time I see her in my head. That was her gig.
She used to look at the poo, didn't she?
Yeah.
To me, she's spicy nicks, but I can
Spicy
see
Nicks,
where you'd
fine.
come from.
I feel like that might be a better vibe for her. I think my daughter pooed in the garden this week.
What the hell?
That was as spicy as my week got. She's 3, I should say.
Right, I have so many questions. So does she often poo in the garden?
No, it was a one-hit wonder.
Is she out of nappies? Is that is what age she wears?
Nighttime nicks.
Nighttime nicks?
Yeah. So she's fine.
I
She
would
does a
actually
little
love to be able to wear them. I'm at the age now where I get up for, I'd say, 2 wees.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
How many wees do you do through the night?
When I was pregnant, I used to get multiple every other hour. But then I was told that it's just your body tricking you.
What?
You have got to train that puppy to stay shut.
Yes, you're not the first person to tell me this. Like, you need to tell you. And I'm like,
You need to resist the urge. So any
You
of that
try-
pressure is imagined. If you're going and there's a trickle, then you need to hold it for the next one.
What? I just don't think I have that self-control. Like, I have zero impulse control from the
When was
minute.
the last time you weed yourself?
I don't know. I've had some quite close calls, Ange. I'll be honest. Like, honestly. And I'll tell you, from like the second I decide I want something, whether it's a wee or a mawam or a vape, I've got about 15 minutes max till I have to action it.
Oh, you'd be the kid in the marshmallow test who nails them before anyone leaves the room.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
So don't, like, I feel like don't waste your breath telling me to hold me waist,
Okay,
because
fine.
it'll just fall on deaf ears.
I'll bring you a pair of nighttime Nicks next
when
week.
I want to piss, I'm pissing.
Okay, fine. I think they could be good for you, you know.
We've gone off track and you haven't told me about the poo.
Yeah, so...
And I'm so earnestly
she's
interested.
potty trained,
Right.
and she usually like runs from the garden, is like, I need the loo.
Yeah.
And she's pretty good. She had an audience, and I think she thought it was really funny, and she is quite funny. Now, I have only ever once, I don't want to take it down a route that's inappropriate, although I feel like you may have done that already.
Yeah, that ship has long since sailed.
I feel like, I don't know if anyone has ever live action seen that happening.
What, poops? No, I've never watched anyone else
Like
poo.
whatever about it dropping from a height, when you see it, you can never unsee it, guys. It's actually really not a good thing, even if it's your own child.
So she didn't even, like, I'm sorry, I have so
No,
many
she didn't
questions.
hide in a bush or anything. She's 3. She was like, boom, party time.
And did she squat, or was it a standing ovation?
It hunkered. Yeah. Now, to be fair, I didn't actually see it happening.
Who did?
Her sister and a friend. So it was a kind of peer group situation.
You can understand how you'd show off in that sense.
She was showing off.
I absolutely would.
But when I was like, okay, this is not appropriate and we don't want to be encouraging this. So even though I was internally having a little giggle, I was like, A, who's cleaning that up? And B, we do not want this happening on a regular basis. Because I remember heavily judging a friend of mine who used to like let her kids wee on their rented carpet and think it was funny.
No, but that is
I was like, that's fine. I'm going to be standing on their little piddle pot like next week. Ugh. Like, no. You train a puppy, you need to help your kids.
Yeah.
So anyway, I brought her inside and said to my husband, I was like, Marnie's got something to tell you. And
no, you made your fella do it.
She literally was like this, hiding her little, she could not look him in the eye. So she knew she had done something wrong. Anyway, so that was it. He disposed of it.
No, he didn't.
He had to. You don't want to leave that hanging around.
So for me, I think I'm quite desensitized to that, because obviously picking up poo is a regular part of my lifestyle with the dogs. And like, let me tell you, Max and Milo, the other size of horses.
Okay, fine.
So it's not like I'm picking up chihuahua poops. So I would be quite desensitized, but I imagine for someone who doesn't have big dogs, that would be quite traumatic.
Yeah, or small dogs.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it was well formed. I think Gillian McKeith would have been proud, actually.
Yeah, get the Tupperware route.
Yeah, but the oot. I like that. Get the Tupperware.
What did I say about the
I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. You do mine. Should we talk about something else? There's a lot of poo chat. Is that okay?
I loved the poo chat. One of my friends has just had a baby, and she put in the group chat the other day, she was like, how do you leave the house with a newborn? And
babe,
all
good
of my friends like who have children like rushed to give her advice, like really nice advice, like reassure her that it's hell on earth, that she's in the trenches, that it's going to get better. It was just like really lovely to see. But I just want to reassure you that it started being poo chat within about 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay, fine.
There was poo up acrylic nails. There was poo normies. There was one day I realised I had poo on me, and I just thought, fuck it, I'm leaving the house anyway, because we always smell like shit. So no.
Okay, great.
So yeah, so I think if anything, that is it's relatable story.
Beautiful.
Right, that's what we've been getting up to. Poops and honesty boxes. But stick around, because up next we'll be trying our best to make sense of what's going on in this crazy fucked up world around us.
Yes, what in the world, I feel like it needs a jingle, is our chance, sing it, to tackle the noise from the news and the showbiz columns. And it's up right after this.
What in the world?
PC world.
Just like that, we got sued.
Listen, lads, it's a new podcast. We put our heart and soul into it. We've already been talking about poo and we're not even 20 minutes in. We need your help.
We do.
And we don't ask for much. I feel like I don't ask for much. I give a lot. I'm a mother, for God's sake.
Oh, she's always giving. So please give a little back. God, it sounded like comic relief or something, didn't
liked
it? We want you to spread the word about our podcast. Tell your mates, tell your friends at work, tell the postman, tell whoever you think's gonna fucking like it.
Tell the people you think won't like it. Send it to them as punishment. We honestly don't care who you send it to. Just send it far and wide.
We don't care who listens.
Send all. How about that? Your nearest and dearest, and the people that you secretly hate too.
Just drop a little link in your WhatsApp groups. Shout about it.
Yeah.
Shout. Are you getting hot?
I'm wearing a jacket, hon.
Take it off.
No.
Oh, no, it's the outfit.
It's the outfit.
It is really cool.
Thanks, babe.
So with this podcast, we knew we wanted Get a Grip to become like a safe space for empowering conversations. We want this to be where strong women come to feel like they can have a rant, they can listen to a rant, they can feel heard, you know?
Part of the reason for us starting this podcast was being a little bit like frustrated with being told to get a grip or being shoved in a little box or being judged by one of the things you've done and not all of the multiple things that you might like to do, okay?
Exactly.
So how about we make a little deal that even as we're delving into the ridiculous and wonderful worlds and lives of other people, that we never tell them, even if we really want to, we never tell them to get a grip.
Well, that's it. It's a safe space, mate.
So does that mean no judgment?
No judgment.
At all?
Yeah, we've got I don't know about it all. I do like a bit of judgment.
88%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 80-20.
I'm going to try.
Okay. Should we talk about the Pope?
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
Can I just start by saying R.I.P. I'm not a particularly religious person, but I do feel like religion brings people hope, makes people live by certain set of potentially outdated commandments, but who am I to judge? I've started already.
No, I like it.
I just think R.I.P. because he was an old man and he's tried to do well and now he's gone. So that is sad.
Yeah, I think it's good referencing that because sometimes, again, it's like, because it was quite an event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then Conclave is on, which is making people forget that the actual aftermath and the choosing of a new pope and the white smoke actually is preceded by the death of a man who in his bones wanted to do good.
So like he was quite progressive and listen, honestly, someone correct us if I'm wrong here because
Don't quote us on this.
I'm no Pope expert, right? But what I will say from what I've read is he had some quite progressive views. He was doing a lot for the LGBTQ plus community.
Yeah.
I think he believed same-sex marriage. He promoted a bit of that. However, he had some quite outdated views on abortion, which I didn't fucking agree with. So, you know how the Catholics are always a bit weird about abortion, aren't they? They're not like 110% for it.
No. I think Catholics generally a bit weird about women, and I'm saying that as a Catholic.
Are you a Catholic?
Technically.
I don't know what I am.
Go
I am
on.
a Geordie.
My religion is sorry.
Greg's.
I will say one thing about the Pope. He wore a hat very well.
Oh, I think that's a prerequisite as a Pope.
I know, but sometimes they don't look good on you. Like if you've got a little squash potato head like Donald Trump, the hat, no matter how regal it looks, you still look like a arsehole in a hat. As a Catholic Irish woman, not necessarily practicing, but let's be honest, the Catholic Church and that institution is wildly complex and there are multiple issues, historical and ongoing. And the Pope, as the figurehead of that institution, takes a large responsibility. So the outgoing Pope, but also the incoming Pope.
Oh, I wouldn't thank you for it. I don't want the job. Are you trying to put us off? Don't worry, mate. I haven't like submitted my CV. No,
I think you'd look cute in a hat, is all I'm saying.
I actually really suit hats and sunglasses. Not to be like...
I don't think he wears sunglasses often.
Well, I was just telling you, I feel like we're sharing. I'm not after the job.
Okay, good. Unlike somebody else who you would have thought is quite busy as it stands, but no.
He's always got time.
But
he's always got time to fuck up another institution.
Honestly.
I can't. Like, this is just so not on my 2025 bingo card. But I don't know why I didn't expect it, because you should expect the unexpected with this. He's outrageous. First of the series. Don't know how it took us so long. Don't know why you're all shocked. Buckle up and get fucking used to it. Donald Trump cosplaying as the Pope.
It's spicy. Like as a man who, like whatever you want to do in the privacy of your own Oval Office, fill your boots, babes. I'm sure Melania's on board in a big way. But I just feel like it's blasphemous, surely.
I mean, out of everything he's done, like, I don't know why we're so shocked. It's just the depths that he's willing to sink to. Like, I can't imagine Catholics are on board with this.
I mean, I don't think so. But also what I'm not on board with is the level of AI. And he clearly went back and said, you know what, make my hands a bit more moisturised looking, because that hand is not the hand of an 80-year-old man. That's my hand.
No, I think it's what's the finger doing?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think we should talk about that right now.
Is he objecting to something?
Yes, I think that's his I'm about to speak, guys moment.
Oh God, every time he opens his mouth,
it's the index finger. I feel like we've had enough. I do like the little cape. I feel like he could have worn this to the Met Gala. if he was going, and it would have actually been quite a sleigh.
To be honest with you, it would have been the most interesting thing that happened at the Met Gala, because I think it fell a bit flat this year.
It was flat as a pancake, babe, and I love pancakes.
Right, okay, so are you ready?
I'm here.
I'm fucking changing my stance like it's really good. It's not
good.
that good. So I have a theory about the Met Gala.
What is it?
I feel like, right, is your fella into organised sports?
Yes.
He is.
Kind of.
Football?
He used to play rugby, hates football.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Erkan is like obsessed with football. My dad, I grew up watching boxing with him.
Oh, same.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was the, you probably...
Eubank, Steve
I was just going to say,
yes.
He's like fucking Frank Bruno, Chris Eubank, Prince Nazim.
Nazim.
Yes.
What a tidy little fella he was.
With these flamboyant shorts.
Yeah. A vibe.
Yeah.
Absolute panto, basically.
It was.
You know,
It was
but for strong men.
very performative. The lads loved it. Anyway, I grew up with all of that. And I grew up watching me dad and me uncles and all the lads, and like even Erkan.
All the lads.
All the lads.
I love that. Sorry, I'll keep them inside in future.
I grew up watching all of them, like sitting on the sofa, chinning a can of Old English, those who know will know, and being like, oh, come on, what you doing? That was rubbish. You need to be this, you need to do that. Tell you what you need to do. We need to do the old one too. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, armchair experts.
Exactly.
Okay.
I think the Met Gala is women's version of that. Because I sat at home.
Did you?
In my Christmas pages.
It's May.
Like being stinking a fake tan, eating mawams like one after the other on the sofa, like going, what the fuck is she wearing?
What was she
like I was
thinking?
in a position to judge. Like I was doing any better. Like I could have pulled anything else out the bag. And I do think the similarities between those two situations.
I do too.
Yes, see?
I do too. But also I think at a safe distance, maybe you do have an objective eye that could be helpful in critiquing.
I mean, I just don't know what I would. I don't know, given the opportunity to go to the Met Gala, what I would pull out the bag. Because honestly, at every red carpet I've ever gone to, I am just a nervous wreck. I'm like quivering.
I don't know how they walk up them stairs, look over the shoulder, do the thing. Like there's this big thing about a couple, What's Her Chops and Joe Jonas.
Oh, there's so many exes there.
But they're also, there's a lot of that.
There was so many exes there.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was,
But they're talking about, they're standing quite far away from each other. I was like, have you seen the size of her dress, babe? He's just like respectfully not stepping on her train, but apparently they're getting divorced. So it's like kind of a playground for people to observe human behavior in its least natural
habitat.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, I could never do it, but like I do like watching the performance of it all.
Well, I think that was what was actually missing this time, was
bit of
the
pageantry.
performance, the full, I want full drag from every single person going up that.
Loved a couple of years ago when the theme was camp.
I mean, shouldn't it always be camp? Shouldn't
know.
every red carpet be camp? Otherwise, what's the point? I feel like it's RuPaul's Drag Race for every single person there. Otherwise, give your ticket to somebody who's going to try.
Yeah, that's it. I do want people to go balls to the wall with it.
Yeah.
Do you have balls to the wall? Do you have a highlight? Because I have a highlight.
Well, my highlight is too boring.
Oh, go on, hit me.
Zoe Saldana. Just like
No,
the
she was
most
chic.
glorious
She was chic.
dress. Absolute nightmare to get out. Those little thumb hole thingies that you wear on a running top if you're into that. And like buttons all the way down. Like, it's a nightmare. She's doing a full bust out Carrie Bradshaw at 2 a.m. after a few
Moulded.
shots.
Moulded to
But
her body.
glorious.
I always think whenever I have to wear Spanx for like a fancy event, like with the best of intentions, I start taking them off at the start and like I sit with them and then I, shove myself back in them like a sausage in the skin. But by the end of the night, I'm just like recklessly pulling them to one side and I just always end up covered in my own piss. And I just feel like there was so many Spanx at the Met Gala, everyone is covered in their own piss. That's my big takeaway. I'm like, you all stink of piss.
That's too funny. Anna Winter is absolutely furious. She's like, this used to be glamorous. What the fuck is this?
Piss, Anna.
She had a
It's
stain.
piss.
She had a stain
I
on
know.
her dress.
Someone's getting fired for that,
I just
Ange.
thought that was so funny because
Someone's
it was like this icy blue silk gown with a little embellishment, and she obviously had the bob and sunglasses, I'm sure. And then boom, eagle eyes.
Spotted it.
A little bit of lipstick and you're wondering, I feel like it was on her. I feel like she was
had to be.
tidying up her little shoe in the thing and there might have been just a bit of knee action.
That's a really insightful observation because if it was anyone else, mate, the heads would roll.
Heads would roll and she surely had a plan B.
Oh, no, I think she's definitely... But then, overall, I just feel like loads of people gave us nothing.
Yeah.
I will say I've got to take my hat off to Rihanna because
Yeah.
the creative ways which she will announce she's pregnant, the no bounds. And also, it's really fast. Like, I thought it was fucking the same Ben. I was like, whoa, is this again or is this the
What do you
same
mean?
bump?
This is second baby.
Third.
Oh, when did the second one come?
Well, the last time she announced it was when she did the Super Bowl.
so there was one before that.
Mate, so she had one. I can't remember how she announced that. Probably in some really elaborate way. But the second one she announced when she performed.
I remember that. That was an absolute move, though, in fairness to her.
Iconic. Flying in the sky on some sort of floating platform.
Yeah, that was a move.
6 months pregnant.
But this was not her announcement. I feel like we knew she was pregnant already.
This was the announcement. You knew about the second one. I'm fucking telling you, you're getting them confused just like me.
Oh, really?
There's been 3.
Oh my God. No, I just feel like it's pretty obvious unless she really needs some probiotics.
No. Well, she's obviously probably still recovering from the second because it's so fast.
Oh, don't you throw me in that fucking heat, babe.
No, I'm telling you, she's just having them so quick.
I can't believe she's done a triple whammy. Fair play to her.
Hats off, mate.
And Rocky ASAP, huh?
Is that how you say that?
No, it's not. I mortifyingly referenced him as Rocky ASAP.
But that's how I would
and
say it.
all the
It's what-
young people looked at me like, it's ASAP, you absolute dickhead.
Well, to be
know.
honest, I feel
so
no
I
type
say
of-
it like I'm pretending I know. Like it's ironic.
I will say I will get things like that wrong all the time, mate, because I'm a miserable 58-year-old woman in my head.
You
I
look
really
cute
am.
though.
Thanks.
Shall we talk about renting a man?
Do you know what? I have a story on this.
I feel like, of course you do.
You're literally made of ears right now, aren't you? Okay, so I once went to Japan.
I really want to go to Japan, not to rent a man, but just to be there.
Well, apparently this year's the year to do it because it's not going to get really expensive from next year. I read it on some very reliable internet site.
Go on.
I went about, just after I won the jungle, right, I filmed a show with Channel 4 called World of Weird.
I loved that show.
It was really good.
You went to Japan for that.
I did, yeah. Just to give anyone who didn't watch it a bit of context, it's like they sent out various comedians and public figures to different parts of the world to look at different cultures. And me and Joel Dommett went to Japan. He was there. I sort of took over. And I was looking at their attitudes towards like love and romance and stuff, which are very different to ours here in the UK. And I did various things. I went to like a cuddle calf. Let me just say, it was fucking birds dressed as Pikachu, and I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Because I think that's all you need to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, then there was also like loads of different like weird anime stuff. But the thing that stood out for me as I was like a woman getting to her 30s, I was obviously looking for love and romance and all the rest of it, is a lot of their marriages are not, I don't want to say arranged because but it's very much like a sense of duty.
Okay.
And what's convenient. So their mum and dad might be like Sandra and Derek from down the street.
Mm-hmm. Definitely their names.
Change the names if anyone feels like it. I just didn't want to stumble into anything. That was weird. So Sandra and Derek from down the street have got a son about your age.
Right.
They're really nice. He's really nice.
He's grand.
He's got a decent job. Fucking fancy it.
Sounds like Ireland back in the day.
Well, you know what I mean? Probably a lot of cultures. And they'd be like, oh, well, I'm a good daughter, so I'll do it. 6 months into the marriage, they realise that
He's at a vending machine sniffing knickers.
yes. Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. But what they ultimately realise is they're not compatible. So they search for the intimacy and the things that they're missing other places. For blokes, it can be the old fucking Pikachu and the cuddle calf.
Yeah.
I'm making sweeping generalisations here. I'm sure loads of Japanese people are dead happily married. But anyway, and then the birds, they go to this thing and it was called rose sheep. It was called rose sheep when I was there.
What do you mean, spell it?
Rose sheep, ROSE
Right.
SHEEP. Rose
Okay.
sheep.
Rose
And that was
sheep.
the English translation. But essentially, like, you meet in motels with these young fucking fit Japanese blokes who are all wicked bits of kit, and you don't shag them, Ange.
What do you do?
You sit and hold their hand and you talk to them about your day. And that broke me more than the knickers in the vending machines, more than Pikachu whispering in your ear, more than anything. Because I just thought, I've spent my whole life as like a 30-year-old woman looking for someone I can just go home and talk to about my day. And I'm not going to stop till I find that. And there's a whole culture, a whole generation of women
Missing that intimacy,
missing it.
basically, emotional intimacy.
Having to pay these fellas in motels.
Oh, well, I thought this was a funny story until I actually see you being brought to tears because you've seen this in real life. These are young women who are paying for a man to like console them as they cry.
Watching
So that
films and that.
No, just
cry in
going
general?
like a little emotional support buddy.
Because they've not got it from their fellas.
Oh my God,
Honestly,
that's
mate, it's really
actually
sad.
grim.
We did it. Well, I did it in a motel. This fella came, and it was honestly murder. It was the most uncomfortable thing of me fucking life. So,
Well, I was just going to say, I think emotional intimacy comes with trust and safety.
Yeah.
Surely not like this cute lad coming in and like patting you on the head just because he's cute.
no, I wouldn't feel like I could open up to someone straight away like that. So anyway, get on this, mate. Right, we're lying down in this bed because I was like, oh, I'll take your lead. So we're lying down, right? For starters, I'm a fucking head and shoulders taller than the fucking fella. So my legs are hanging off
You're
the bottom.
all the same height lying down, love.
So I'm taller than him, right? And he's like, got his arm, and I'm like, yeah, right,
Well, he's
mate.
got his arm around you.
He's got his arm underneath. I'm like leaning in it. I'm in the
What,
nook.
in the nook?
I'm in the nook.
Stop
I hated being in an unknown nook.
Oh my God, and your legs, your feet hanging off the bed.
Absolutely. Like Gulliver's Travels.
Full of what?
Gulliver's Travels. So I'm lying there. And I was like,
Oh my
yeah,
God. What were you wearing? I don't mean to be creepy.
just like a shirt dress. It was
Okay.
like 10
Oh, a
years
dress.
ago.
Wow,
They were
okay.
so, I didn't know I was going to end up in bed with a fella.
Fine.
Listen, this was the tip of the iceberg of the weird things I did out there. I did something called Zentai. Google it, right?
Zentai.
Don't even want to tell you about it. So anyway, so I'm lying there, right? And I was like, you all right, mate? And he's like, no clue. But also the worst thing is the translator had no clue.
Oh dear God. So where is he sitting down at the ankles?
Well, yeah, so the translator. So the translator stand next to the cameraman and like the producer and everything. But because the translator couldn't understand my particular brand of English.
Fair enough.
Miles. Our conversations that were meant to be like intimate and loving and consoling and all the rest of it had to go via the cameraman who made it proper English to the translator who made it Japanese.
It was
back
a
again.
four-way of a different kind.
It was awful, mate. And it was just
my
like,
God.
like sitting there waiting for him to be like, yes,
Was there
I'm
any
fine.
upside to it?
I just hated the whole thing, mate. And I think because it's been so ingrained in me, whether that's like Disney films, whether that's like healthy relationships I've seen, whatever, but like your partner is somebody who you share things with. It's someone who supports you. That's what I was looking for, you know. And when I was in the trenches there in like my late 20s, early 30s, looking for something, that just made me so upset.
So you were like, is this my future?
yeah, is this the way?
Or is this the future for so many young women? But then, like, presumably if the men aren't having those conversations with the women are also maybe aren't having. So are the men, like the ones in actual relationships, not the like lads in this situation, are they just shut off? Or are they getting... Or are they renting a woman for a cuddle?
No, so they're renting women for different purposes based on what I found out. So this is when I went to the cuddle calf and I found out.
See, I honestly think there is merit in a cuddle calf.
What?
People are lonely, babes.
Well,
And a cuddle doesn't need to be sexy. It could be like, actually, you know, sometimes you see them lads on the street with the hug me sign. And like, I'm a bit weird about people's smells. So I wouldn't necessarily go straight in, especially if their hair does not look fresh. But I will, and often I hate to like cast aspersions, but people who have that sign that says hug me often don't have clean hair. But I do hug them sometimes because I think, fuck it, maybe
must
they
need
need
it
it
to
more than
ask.
me.
if I am ever so lonely that I'm paying to hug a fucking human Pikachu.
No, not paying. You get for free.
Well,
in
just
Covent Garden.
shooters.
No, babes, no.
Shooters.
That's very judgmental.
What did I tell
Get
you?
a grip,
I like
get
doing
a
that.
grip, Vicky.
You said you wouldn't do that.
I'm saying it to you.
Oh, we can say it to each other.
Yeah, I think so. Weirdly, despite all of this, or maybe because of it, I still want to go to Japan.
If you spot a story that you think we need to hear about, headlines, hot takes, or heated debates, drop into our DMs at Get a Grip Love on Insta. Or alternatively, if you're a bit old school, you can email at hello@getagriplove.com or message us on WhatsApp 07457 411 037.
I also think we should introduce a P.O. box. I like the idea of a physical letter.
What about a carrier pigeon as well, or a telegram?
Beautiful.
Or smoke signals.
Well, they're imminent, aren't they?
You prehistoric fuck.
You cheeky bitch. That was the first ever episode of Get a Grip. Done and dusted. It was a bit of a roller coaster. I'm sweating buckets.
I've spilled my juice on myself.
It's fine.
I got too carried away and excited.
I know. Well, that's a good sign, isn't it?
Okay.
So what have we learned?
I learned that Rihanna sure knows how to announce a pregnancy.
She really does. And also how to keep a baby secret.
I wish I could have like Rihanna's like willpower in that, but from like the second I get pregnant, I'm just going to tell everyone.
Are you out? Will you be putting like dressing the bump in like a jacket where it's got Sharpie on its face? I kind of wish I did that.
Babe, I'll be doing everything.
Okay.
Like all the parties, all the pivotal moments, like gender reveals.
You're not doing a gender reveal, babe.
I am.
You're
I am.
absolutely not.
I am such an arsehole. I will do it all. You're coming to all of it as well.
I'm not coming to the gender reveal.
You are.
I have deep issues with the gender reveal.
She'll be at mine.
There better be like, okay, fine. I will be at the gender reveal, but you know what I find really disturbing?
Go on.
Is when you see those people who've made a big fandango, invited everybody over, and then they get the wrong colour.
And they're disappointed.
Devastated.
No, I know. Honestly, I watch those videos so much. So we'll be back every Thursday. So if you liked what you heard, hit the follow button so you don't ever miss an ep. Shall we go in and follow us to show everyone how easy it is to do on the apps and that?
Is this the most pathetic thing you've ever heard? But I already did it.
What? No, I didn't.
Yeah, you have to.
Okay, I'm late
I may
to
have
the
already
party.
done a review.
No, the fuck. Stop it. Just to get the ball
Babes,
rolling.
if you can't be your own hype girl, who can?
Okay, so
that's what I say.
How do
I wonder, has my review been approved just yet? Because I'm not even joking.
How do I do this? Okay, so do I
Go search Get a Grip. I'm in Apple, right? But like obviously wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm following us on Instagram.
That's fine. About time. I was there 3 days ago. Get a Grip.
Oh, I was our 9th follower.
Oh, how cute.
I think we're viral.
Oh, my review has not been approved just yet. But look, here's how you do it.
Okay,
wherever you are. That one or that one?
Show me.
5 stars. Okay, I'm watching you, you little dickhead. 5. And then push the boat out and go to write a review. And then frankly, look what I wrote.
Already obsessed.
Yes. Look what I said. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm outing myself. It says already obsessed in the title. And then the review said, what a genius combo.
Gotta manifest it, Ange. I'm gonna do the same.
I can't believe I actually outed myself. So if you see that, that's my handiwork. Remember, if you enjoyed our ramblings, tell all your mates, your family, your fur babies, your neighbours, your enemies, literally anyone and everyone.
And if you could give us a great review, take inspiration from Angela's, which was glowing, wherever you're listening, with just one provision.
It's 5 stars or fuck off.
Bye.